Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti at the Ballarat Turf Club on a lovely sunny Thursday morning. We're a little bit early this week, being in Victoria. Friday's a holiday, and you're off to Bendigo, Pete, to watch Tulpar go around.
2:30, yep. Which camera are you looking at, Darren? It's a bit like bloody...
We've got two cameras here.
Media everywhere. Facebook Live again. Yeah, 2:30, she's third up, and we'll talk about her a bit later on, but she gets the chance to not a nice race anyway, hopefully.
Now, Pete, you've been with the team for about 4 years.
Yep.
And I've never heard you so angry as Monday night after the Periscope ride, so I'm really looking forward to when we do a review on Periscope and hear what you've got to say, and I hope you haven't softened over the last 2 days, because I should have recorded that phone call, because it could have easily been me saying all those rude words.
Well, I just thought I'd give you a spell from having a crack at it, but it was a mixture of disappointment,
anger,
wild.
No, anger. It was pure anger.
I just got off the phone to you and a text message come from the trainer. Well, I can't sort of repeat what that was. It was a 4-letter word. So I think we're all on the same page.
I don't think it was GOOD,
No, it wasn't good.
Well, let's go back, mate, and start where?
We go back to last Sunday, where we had Sono Dolce having her first start for Damien Batters, the battered Sav. And look, she ran a great race at, what, $50-odd?
Yeah, it was quite interesting, wasn't it?
Ran second. Sorry, guys, yeah.
Yeah, she trialled up really well. She's a filly we bought out of Sydney off Bjorn Baker. She'd had 3 starts, hadn't really done much on the track, but she was beautifully bred by I'm Invincible out of a stakes family, Fastnet Rock line, and we bought her with the view, Pete, to see if we could win a couple of races and then put her into the broodmare band. And she's been up there with Damien Batters for some time, and we've had to iron out a few bits and pieces that have gone on, and finally got her right. She trialled good, and she certainly raced like she trialled. So she finished second, beaten half a length.
Half a length, yeah.
Now the winner was heavily backed.
Oh, backed off the map. Yep.
I think it was $10 into even money, and One Like It, a first start, a really, really good horse. I think they've got a really good opinion of the winner, but I reckon we gave them a fright.
Yeah,
when she hit the line, she really hit the line. Probably the last 50 metres, she just got a little bit tired.
Yeah.
And yeah, what'd you pay the place? $6 the place, was
yeah,
it?
It was.
You had some of that?
No, I watched. I was sort of
no confidence
tinkering around on
confidence in the trainer?
No, it was not that. It was just I sort of anyway, I thought I'd watch it.
Watch it?
Just watch it.
Well, when I saw the money come for the winner, I thought, well, I think the smart go here is
Quinella?
A little Quinella bet. And when I saw her pay $60, I nearly fainted.
Paid overs.
I couldn't believe it.
If I was
an even money horse,
yeah.
$6 a place. What would that Quinella normally pay? $14?
Well, it tended to sort of pay half what the second horse's starting price is, but it'd pay huge. If I was on it, would have paid $20.
Anyway,
bottom line is
petrol
she's terrific, and she'd be hard to beat next start.
Yeah, she'll go to a fillies and mares maiden now, and I'm sure she'll start odds on. But he's got her on track batters.
He's watching too.
Is he? Oh, he can't wait. He's up and about, and he had a winner later in the day.
He did too, yeah.
Big Buds. He got it back from Adelaide, and it didn't take him long to win a race with it. So
just no comment from him yet.
He thinks he can train now. He's up and about. We don't hear much from him, but he's been on the phone.
What's that? His first place getter with us for about 4 years, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, I think he had a winner called Already Like It back in.
Yeah. That's right.
A long time ago.
Back in the Grand Arrow days. Remember that one too?
He had skullduggery, but he couldn't seem to get it going, and cost us a lot of money, Pete.
Well, he's up there with our leading trainers this year. With a second.
Oh, second.
With a second, he's up there.
Well, I don't think it'll be long before he gets a winner.
Be nice, Darren, he said. Be nice. We're being nice today, mate.
Obviously, he's not working his horses this morning.
Yeah, well, clock's off early. Clock's off. Must be too high.
Only got 5 in work, so good effort to get a winner and a second in one day.
Yep.
He tells me he's got one in Friday night that'll be hard to beat, Pete.
Well, if you can get that one,
if you want to knock his odds off, go for it.
Get in there now. Well, hopefully that one, and then, well, within 10 days or so. I'm not too sure what's in plan for Sono Dolce.
It's about, I think it was 2.5 weeks from the race. Gee, these trainers roar around here like bloody, they're running in the.
I think they're all
an F1.
Head down to the shop for a coffee. It's a bit after 10, isn't it?
I've never seen so many floats go past so fast.
Already done, bud.
Already done.
Already done.
Takes a long time to work 5 horses.
Anyway, so that was a really good result.
Yeah, she's on track and he's done a good job. She looked pretty good actually.
Yep. Now we come to the story of the week, Mildura on a Monday. We've had some good results in Mildura on a Monday. We had a treble up there one day.
Angry Pete.
Angry Pete. What do you say? It's all been said.
Well,
now.
let me do the intro.
It's all been said.
Let me do the intro and you can do the adjectives and the expletives. So Periscope goes to Mildura on Monday in a 2,000 metre race, back on top of the ground. We've been waiting probably for 2 months to get the horse in tip-top shape, get him out to 2,000, get him back on top of the ground. Trainers ringing up saying, I'm going to train my first winner for you blokes on Monday.
Yep.
He's up and about. Everything falls into place. The horse opens up $2.70.
Yep.
It all looks perfect. There's no depth in the field.
Gate 5.
It just looks a matter of turning up, going around and getting the money. Yeah? That's what it looked like on paper.
Well,
that's what you were telling me.
Well,
Now,
I think we all read it that way.
Now, the horse runs, drops out, goes to the fence, travels right up behind him, and then the only way he was going to get a run the straight was he would have to duck under the runner rail, run up the inside of the truck, duck back out, because he couldn't get through. There was nowhere to go, and the horse never got out of second gear, and he's ended up running probably 8th, beaten 3 lengths or something, or 4 lengths maybe, and never ever got to have a crack at him.
No.
I reckon they'd gone over the line 25 yards, and I get this text from P. Morganti, and like, I should frame it because it was sort of in the D. Weir category when one used to get slaughtered. It was like when Weir used to text me and say,
well,
blah, 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 blah.
it was obvious.
And your text, wow.
No, it only had
It
4.
even made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, Pete. I was starting to tremble.
I'm just trying.
Now,
It was
this
4 words, it was.
Who was the jock?
Dean Holland.
Dean Holland.
Dual Adelaide Cup winning rider.
I think he might have wrote a couple
I'll just
of
give him
schnitzels.
some credits
He
now.
might have wrote a couple of schnitzels at a Chuka one day.
One
and,
at a Chuka.
did the same thing.
Yeah. He won't hear on Serious Deal. He's got a checkered career with us.
There's a reason they write at Mildura, Pete.
He's won an Adelaide Cup.
So what do you reckon the
One
owners
go.
thought about putting him on next start?
I think Paul probably is understanding that we might have to look somewhere else. Yeah, look, it's not ideal.
not ideal.
Now, listen, I'll be...
Now you can have your say.
I'll put it into perspective. I'll go back to Casterton.
Mind you, he was talking through his wallet
No,
because he's had a crack.
No, I didn't. I had a little... I only had last week's pay on it. No, no. He rode the same race at Casterton.
I'm thinking
under
anger
different
management course is required here.
You can't let me have me say. Casterton, we drew gate 1.
I haven't stopped laughing about it.
Plans, we rode forward because of the gate. Anyway, it all opened up at Casterton. We drew gate 5 at Mildura, so there was a fair opportunity to probably stay off the fence. And as afterwards I spoke to Paul, that if you're going to follow horses in that position, you probably don't follow an 80 to 1 chance with a 60 to 1 chance outside it. And
Do you reckon he knew they were 80 and 60 to 1 chances?
well, there was, the way I read it, there's 2 sets of colours you probably should have been aware of in the race, and they were the other 2 in the market. Now, if those didn't match up with what was in front of you, it's like, well, hold on, what am I following here? Because the rest were no good in that race. And that's the bit that sort of doesn't sort of, you would be just not going to the fence.
I can't stop laughing.
Now, I tell you who was lucky in the race was Dean Yendall on the winner, was behind us. The fact we stayed to the fence gave him the chance to get off the fence and
Win the race.
he won the race. So, yeah, look, put a line through it. No, look, it was just, I think, and Paul summed it up, he said, you can ride bad races, but that was a level below. It's like, you just got to give your horse a chance.
Now, at Bendigo today, I see Dean Holland will be on course. Are you going to give him the right of reply?
I did try to check to see whether I could sort of miss him in transit.
I thought you'd be interviewing him and asking him about his ride.
He's not riding in our race, but he's riding in the one after.
I thought you might interview him and ask him, what were you thinking?
Garrett Birrell here, shush up Damien Batters. I want the early on so I could buy another horse. Did you pick a winner just then, Pete? No, pick a winner. Was I picking my nose? Was I? No, mate, I missed out. Jeez, they're bloody
They're
on
onto
the
you.
ball here. So anyway, the wash-up is the horse pulled up, I think 7 minutes after the Paul said the vet come along and the heart rate was 63 and
Gee.
she said, has this raced? Paul said, yeah, 7 minutes ago. So that just shows you that...
Never got out of first gear, did
so
it?
he said, well, I can back it up now, but there was no race sort of on the calendar. I think Matawa next Saturday there was a 0 to 58, but Paul said it's...
I wouldn't be going there.
He said, I'm not going there. So Donald, Tuesday week is a 2,000.
Good. What price will he open, Pete?
Well, hopefully they were all unaware that it was a bad ride. That the horse would just...
Did you hear that? Well, Kenny said a bad ride. Wow.
Hopefully
You've
all
come a
unaware.
long way. My influence is starting to wear off.
I like Dino. I get on well with Dino, but I'm pretty sure he'd have to understand.
He won't be talking to you now. If he watches this.
You go, here you go, bud. I go, you little... I'll take an invoice up with me.
Money back.
This is on behalf of all the owners.
Oh, mate, it would want to be, I think a fair bit of money got lost.
I think so. Anyway.
Stewart's report was interesting.
Poor old Ian Selstrom drove up.
Yeah. Did you read the Stewart's report? His explanation.
Yeah, the horse didn't respond or something. I'm thinking, well, no wonder it didn't respond. It couldn't jump a wall.
They're good at it, aren't they?
Anyway.
So you're scarred.
No, I'm all good.
Have we banned Mildura?
No, I don't mind Mildura. We had a treble up there, Darren, one day.
Have we banned Dean Holland?
Oh, I think Dean might be on the interchange bench. Oh, he might not even made the interchange bench. He might be an emergency for a while.
That's where the AFL's got an advantage, Pete.
Yep.
You can just trade them.
Yeah. Donald on a Tuesday, I think we'll have a chance of getting the likes of, well, he uses Geordie or someone like that, but they can all put in a bad one.
Oh, please.
But he put in
That
a
wasn't a
shocker.
bad one.
He put in a shocker.
Someone texted me and said,
Lucky the horse still had 4 legs.
yeah, he said, you're lucky not to fall.
Yeah.
Very lucky not to fall.
Kathleen Brown watching, Pete Difford watching. There's a few tuning in.
No work going on up in Queensland.
They're on the beach. On the beach.
Should be, it looks beautiful.
On the beach.
All right, well, that's enough of
That's
that.
a fair bit for Periscope, so it was due.
I reckon you've calmed down. We should have done it the day. We should have done this on the day.
I was actually up at the Greyhounds.
I reckon you should interview him today on video.
I was a little bit worried that I was sort of not going to turn my camera on or things like that. Mine was away for a while. May I point out that 2 races later, Dean rode the winner and actually come down the outside fence.
Oh, really?
Do you reckon he might have learned a lesson pretty quickly?
Well, I just reckon he was lucky you went on course.
Yeah, that would have been a good interview.
Because actually, he would have flown up there. I told you to go to Tullamarine and wait for him to get off the plane.
Or maybe just fire a few shots in the air before it comes down. Anyway, we're over that. You went to Flemington yesterday. You got a little bit angsty there with one ride too, and I reckon you were bloody a little bit harsh on Mr. Mott.
I reckon it was a pretty ordinary ride.
Afterwards maybe, but he did get spat out of the bay. He got cut off severely.
Did he?
Yeah, at the start. Rotor we're talking about, finished second last.
How did he get spat out the back? Not one horse touched him.
No, it did. Well,
Not one horse touched him.
yes, he did. I'll pull the replay up. The horse that Mark Zara rode
He absolutely,
were cut right across in front of me.
he absolutely grabbed hold of it and reefed it out the
Well, he
back.
probably didn't want to end up on the deck because the spring race was coming on. No, his race was shot after 20 minutes, and I thought the
20
horse...
metres.
20 metres, sorry. I thought the horse ran really good after that,
Yeah.
considering it was a
Lack of vigour.
on-pace day.
Lack of vigour.
Lack of vigour.
Hit it 5 times in the straight.
Bloody allowed to hit him 5.
Nah, in the last 200 you can hit him 55.
No, 100, 5. Anyway, yeah.
Very, very
But he wasn't going to make up 5
Casual.
lengths.
casual.
I thought the horse, it's a bit like the Saar run. It doesn't read well, but he actually ran well. And I think...
I agree. He lost it at the start.
Yeah.
And if you watch the races, your battery's going flat.
it's all right, we'll get through it.
It was all over at the start. If you watched the races yesterday with the rail out, it was very hard to make any ground.
Yep.
Very hard to make any ground. I think most of the winners drew inside and they were pretty much in the first 4
Yeah.
through all the races
Yep.
with that rail out, because what they do is they go slow and then they sprint late. So, look, it was all over after 20 metres, as you said. We just felt he could have shown a little bit more vigour in the straight.
Yeah.
I think some of these riders, once they realise they can't win, they just go easy. But when you're trying to get a hard run into a horse, it doesn't always work out that way. But no, I thought it was...
It's only been 5.
yeah, I know. He probably... he felt he should have been beaten 2.
He's probably 10 or 12 off him at once.
Yeah.
At least. He was
But
3
it's just,
lengths off the second last course.
I thought I would have liked just to see a little bit
Bit
more
more
vigour.
vigour.
He had hooks on.
Yeah.
Use them.
Well, that's why they put him on.
Use them, son.
We might roll here, Darren. I didn't realise it didn't have much battery on that bloody thing. Well, anyway, we'll keep going. Fact or fable? Once
As
again,
expected.
the jockey said needs further.
Really?
Say no more.
Really needs further.
Say no more.
Do you think we might have thought
She
that?
does.
Did Luke Curry say that after Bendigo?
He did.
He said 12 to 14. And what do we do?
1,000.
Who trains this horse?
Mr. Griffiths trades it.
Yeah, and he put in 1,000. That's smart.
Yeah.
Going well there.
Anyway, she did have a little cold in between, so I suppose now we just...
Obviously, you didn't back it, so you're not dirty. All right.
I
So
didn't.
we
I
just got to
couldn't
wait
back
till
her
she
at
gets
1,000
out to
metres.
us further.
And quick-
So you knew it had no hope. Yep.
No, I couldn't back it. I couldn't
You
back
knew it had
1,000.
no hope.
No, that'd be 1,200
You knew it was
plus.
a wasted run.
Well, it's a fitness run.
A wasted
They
run.
said a fitness run,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah. Well, can we have fitness training fees?
We'll take a little bit off the
Maybe
training
I'll take
bill.
it out and pre-train it for a while and bring it back.
Take a bit
Wasted
off the bill.
run.
'Cause you haven't-
Wasted time.
All right. So we're finished there with fact or fable.
The run of the day, Pete.
The fact is the run of the day was Gamay. How
Gamay.
strong was she? 3 wide the trip.
I reckon a lot of owners would have missed her because she's not in our colours.
Yeah, it was a bit of a sort of a
It's a bit of a dodgy one.
dodgy one there.
Runs in the colours of Coolmore, who we race this filly with.
Yep.
Archie actually bought this horse in New Zealand, and we've got a mare out of the family, so I jumped on the phone and bought a quarter.
Yep.
And then Coolmore jumped on the phone and took the rest. So, yeah, she's a nice filly. She ran second in the Oaks trial.
Yep.
She was wide the whole trip. Declan had no way of getting her in, but she was travelling beautifully.
I love that when they, I can't go back or forth, but I'll get them into a rhythm,
Just get
especially
them
the
in a rhythm.
stayer.
Yep. And he knew that you couldn't make ground yesterday, so that was all fine. The winner had a good run, smart horse.
Yeah.
To me, it looked like it had a bit of improvement too, Pete. But
We have.
I don't know if we have, but it has.
All right, you reckon she's up to the mark?
Yeah, I think she needs further.
Yeah.
But I look on the corner when they sort of got around her, I thought, we're going to
Yeah.
drop out. But to her credit, she
She was
came
tough,
again,
tough.
making ground on the line, even though the winner was being eased a bit. But she's now equal second favourite with that horse in the Oaks,
Yep. Traditional path in.
and she'll go to the Ethereal.
Ethereal. Yep.
All being well, she'll go to the Ethereal, and all being well, she'll go to the Oaks. Now, it's very hard with these fillies to get them all the way through, but Archie's pretty excited. So, we've got a live Oaks chance right now.
Beautiful. Yep. No, excellent. Very happy Archie too. And Annie were.
They were, and
So-
they had the little baby there, and I said, if it's not at the next race, I'm scratching.
Little Theo.
Theo.
Yep. So that was 2 seconds from 5 runners. So
And a slaughter?
two,
Mate, a slaughter and a half.
2 winners, a slaughter and a half,
slaughter
and,
and a half.
just get the tactics right for the other one, or the distance right. Today I'm going to Bendigo, as you mentioned, Tulpa. I expect her to finish top 5 today. She's drawn wide, but
Been looking for the mile.
yep, if you're going to draw wide and run, Bendigo's the go because you've got a nice run.
800 to the first bend. Luke
Find-
Curry.
Find a position. Third up, fitness should be nearly there. This will round her off, but I expect her to run well today. Well, we want to see her to run well.
Yeah, she's got to be finishing top 4, Pete.
Yep. Saturday, which is grand final day, GWS or Richmond?
Oh, I'd love to see GWS.
Oh,
And
right.
a big cheerio to all my friends out in Collingwood land. I just wondered what you lot will be doing this weekend. No Guthrie on there, he's jumped off. What are you blokes going to do this? What are you going to do to you Collingwood supporters? That was the best last 10 minutes of footy I've seen. I was screaming, I was off the couch. Go Giants, go Giants. Hang on.
There's a few.
I felt like I played the game.
It was desperate that last 3 or 4
Oh.
minutes.
Gee, there'd be some sore people there.
A reverse goal review, that was good too. And then
Controversial.
And then they nearly didn't get one right, which would have gave Collingwood the win. But
Well, look, all's good in the world.
oh no, it's good.
Hey, Collingwood are out.
Yep, and we barrack for the Orange Brigade.
Yes. Can't wait for the Giants. I reckon they got a bit of X factor.
Yeah, no,
$3.50.
I reckon
I don't think Richmond played that well in the
No,
first half. They
they-
want to be on their game.
it's going to be.
I'll tell you one thing I've learnt, Pete, about footy.
What's that?
When you're on top and you've got the run of the ball, you can't afford to be missing goals.
Well, Geelong should have been 6 goals in front of
Once you miss those goals, you give them a sniff and then they get going and they go
because the game
bang.
can turn quick, can't
Oh,
it?
the Collingwood game was amazing.
And
I know Collingwood supporters that went to bed at 3/4 time because they thought they were going to get flogged.
they're on the trades.
And the next day they woke up and saw the result. They couldn't believe it.
Yeah, no.
But that sums them up, doesn't it? You know?
They sort of can cause some heartbreak, can't they?
But that sums their supporters up, Pete. You know, they're behind so they go to bed.
I'm not buying in too much here, Darren.
Soft.
Righto, collectible runs on grand final day. That was what we were trying to get to. About 2 hours before the bounce of the ball
Does it?
at Mornington.
What time?
1:20.
Oh, jeez. That's a long way to go.
Who's going?
I am, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
You won't be going. You'll be
Beck's
asleep.
birthday. Beck's 25.
This is their 4th birthday since Christmas.
No, we're all the kids that are. There's a few in the middle of the season.
Didn't realise you get public holidays for birthdays.
Oh, Jesus. Beck's 33, as she says. She's been 33 for about 20 years. Oh, shit, I shouldn't say that.
Is she
about
watching?
10 years. Yeah, no, she's doing a little bit of work this morning.
Oh, I think you're lucky stars, but I will text her.
She watched the replay.
I will text her.
Yeah, she'll watch the
I'll
replay.
put you in.
Collectible, a lovely
First
mare,
up.
classy mare.
First up.
1500 morning, looks a nice race. I'm not sure how trained up she is.
Who rides?
But she's only had Bay Mertens,
Oh, yeah.
gate 8 of 9. Not ideal at Mornington.
It's not a strong race, is it?
No, look, it's an even race, but compared to what she's run
I know
against,
she'll need this, but I think she'll run good fresh, and
Yeah.
she's a top 3 chance.
it's only been 6 weeks since she ran. So
Yeah. She hasn't been out. She's been down the beach.
Well, look, and been fresh.
Well, there was no races.
No.
So we've got a plan mapped there for her.
Yep. And look,
There's a couple of group races
there's a
coming
good
up.
race in her.
Yeah, and there's a race on Oaks Day.
Yep, which could be the go. Well, that's the target. Geelong Monday now, there's a couple of noms for La Pietra.
Not
French
running.
Riz. Neither will go there.
Nothing going.
Seymour Tuesday, well, that track can just stay way out of our
Yep.
bloody hate it.
Paul Prushka and Dean Holland can go there.
Oh, no, Paul Dean can, I don't know about Paul. Ballarat here,
Jamie Mock can go there too.
Ransom Money.
When's that?
It's a 64 benchmarks. Benchmark 64 1600 on the Wednesday, so that's the city meeting for next week. Mitch is toying with that. That's an option.
He might win the Derby, Mitch.
Yeah, geez, it went good, didn't it?
What's it called, that horse?
Southern Moon.
Southern Moon. Have a look at the Derby trial replay. The horse that runs second, massive.
It gets out 20 metres earlier, it wins. Gee, it looks like a
He's had a
sots
wrap
to
on
learn,
it. He's
doesn't
had a
it?
wrap on it.
Yeah.
Big
Before
horse.
it's trialled, yeah, very big. So,
Geez, it'd be great to see. And we should say,
absolutely.
the Bowmans, eh?
Nah.
Daniel and Danita, fantastic to see him win a Group 1 with Be Good to Your Mother. Fantastic.
What did you say with Danita's
Oh, if you haven't seen Danita's little
antics?
antics during the
Barracan
run
antics?
on Twitter, I think there's a movie coming, hey?
Yeah,
About that story of the Bowmans, and I think it should be titled Dance with Danita, because her little dance steps
Yeah.
during the race were
Little bit-
gold.
Little jigs and up and down. Look, a fantastic result.
Daniel said, just out of tune.
Just out of tune.
And I loved later on when they interview him in front of the horse,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they've got the horse and they're on each side, and they say to Daniel, what would you like to say to the horse? And he goes, good horse,
Good horse.
And then he goes, I love it to bits.
Yeah, Danita's a little bit
Good
more
horse,
sort of
enjoy
passionate.
your spell. As far as a movie audition, no. Sorry,
No.
Daniel. Stick to training.
Yeah.
Danita, you're a chance.
Dance as opposed to ride like a girl is dance with Danita. So no, that's a great result. Was he 4 years trained and got a Group 1 on the board?
Now I
And-
want to see Mitch do it.
Yeah, well, Southern Moon's the one. I
I
reckon.
want to see Mitch
He's
get the
one.
derby, him and Jenna. That'd be fantastic. 2 young trainers.
And obviously,
be great to see. Kick their
young.
careers right up.
And you in our ranks too, because we
Yep.
were sort of
I'd love to
very
see.
happy.
I'd love to see that horse win the derby for him.
Yep. No, I agree. And that's it. Now, going forward into next week, the likes of French Fizz will run at Matawa. I think touched on Periscope, be Donald the Tuesday after, but that's getting on a bit. Not much more.
Not a lot of runners coming up.
No, just our few, but a few there they're going to get the races now with chances, and our momentum will build with numbers.
Yeah, late October
Yeah.
will be very busy.
Like we've had the likes of Crackerjack Lady have her first trial,
Yep.
and our Irishman's not far away from trialling, so there's a bit of new blood coming through,
Yep.
which is all exciting, and obviously the Melbourne Cup horse is not far off going into quarantine over in Europe.
He'll be. People are asking.
Oh,
So I think it's Caulfield Cup Day all weekend that he arrives at Werribee, and we'll be down there to see him get off the plane.
Looking
They
forward
tell
to
me he's an absolute stunner in the flesh.
Can't wait to see him firsthand.
No, and for those who are going to go back and have a look at this on YouTube, Pete,
Yep.
what interview are you going to
We've
run this week?
got Danny O'Brien.
O'Brien?
Danny O'Brien. And next week will
And
be...
he's pretty going okay too, isn't he?
Oh, he's flying. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll have Daniel Bowman the week after. So
Righto.
now that he's won his Group 1, we can...
Group 1
get him
Daniel.
in. Group 1 Dan. What did he say? I don't mind hearing that. as the
Hasn't
media.
sunk in yet, he said.
No. Look, he's such an unflappable sort of fella, Daniel. But,
Good horse.
I reckon it'll sink in when the Race Victoria credit his bank account with 30 odd grand.
It's life-changing,
It is.
you know. And he said he's been inundated with offers to take horses.
Yeah.
So good on him. You know, it's great to see.
Yep. No,
Self-made,
these are
no walk-up start, Pete.
well, was a foreman with Weary and had no horses, and he's built his own, and he had to work through some crocs, like he said.
$25,000 yearling would be good to your mother.
Yeah, unbelievable, isn't it?
Said it was a mad lunatic. He's got the brother, mad lunatic.
Well, it parades in the bloody
Muffs.
the red ear muffs and all that. So I mean, he's had to work with the horses, not as if it's been a stand-up, walk-up start. We actually
That's what's good about the
we
game.
ran second to it at Echuca over a mile with Penthouse Playboy.
Where is that horse?
He's
Penthouse
not
Playboy.
far
Where
off.
is he?
He's in pre-training.
He's had a lot of problems with his feet.
I think he's over all that. And it's, a couple of weeks to be with Mars, or with inside a couple of weeks. But just shows you how the courses of horses can go, you know. We've run in the Jericho Cup. It's won a Group 1. Actually, Daniel was knocking himself. He went to an 1800 metre race with Be Good to Your Mother, about 4th or 5th start. And he said, it just shows you, you think you know what you're doing with the horse early, but he had to rejig all his thoughts. And he wins a Group 1 over, was it 1400?
Yep.
Yeah, so good trainers work it out, Darren.
Yes. So who
do
hasn't
good
worked
jockeys.
it out, Pete?
So do good jockeys.
List those trainers that we got that haven't worked it out yet.
They're off the list already, aren't they?
Are they? I think there might be a couple there suspect.
Anyway,
Suspect.
that's up to them.
All right.
Also shows that you need a good horse too, I reckon. Doesn't it?
A
Works
lot
both ways.
easier to train a good horse than a bad horse.
Yes.
Good horses make you look good, Pete.
Bad horses can make it look bad. Bad rides can make horses.
I think jockeys probably make trainers look bad.
All right, we've covered too much of that territory today.
Lot to be said for greyhound racing.
Yeah, they don't talk, do they?
No talking.
No
riders.
No interview with the jockey afterwards. Oh, hell, they fight a lot though.
Well, you know a lot about it. You're one of the leading experts in the industry now.
It's a funny game.
All right, well, let's wrap that up. Looking forward to the spring. Big racing on Sunday. Any mark?
No.
Nothing.
No. I'm coming out to the farm Sunday.
Oh, yes, we've got the next foal day. So
Yep.
we've got 4 foals that have been born in the last fortnight, and I think we've got 11 to go, Pete.
Yeah, getting there. Over the hill and down the other side.
Yeah, by the end of October we should be done, so that'll make life a lot easier for everyone out there.
Yep.
A lot of late nights, middle of the nights, no sleep.
Bit more sleep and better weather, and they'll start feeling alive again.
Yep. All right, until next week, I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morgandi. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your grand final day, and enjoy your long weekend in Victoria, and let's see what unfolds.
Go GWS.
Yes, I'd love to see him win. Leon Cameron, Warrnambool boy.
Absolutely. Yep. Play a bit of cricket with Leo.
Did you?
He was about 16, I was about 20. We're out at Dennington one day, just to
Same side?
Yeah, with Russell's Creek.
Yep.
He, just trying to think, I might have been about 25. Anyway.
You look a lot older than him.
I opened. The old Stone Waller. Not much style.
Jeff Boycott.
Camo's come in at 3. 160 partnership we put on.
Yeah, he got 158.
I made 22.
So he can play a bit.
He belled 100 in about an hour and a half.
He can play a bit.
Absolutely, and he was obviously a great footballer, and now he's on the cusp of achieving every coach's ultimate dream.
Well, he's got his side into the grand final.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck to him. It's good to see some fresh blood as the Ride On mower comes around the corner, right on cue. Till next week, enjoy. See, we timed that well.
Yeah, it was not. I thought it was 50%, but
Danny O'Brien, welcome to the ATB ranks of trainers. Obviously, first horse with Darren and Liz. We'll just get a little snapshot of your career. First interest in racing, how did that all come about?
Look, I grew up on a sort of hobby farm property where my father always had half a dozen broodmares, half a dozen weanlings and yearlings each year that we'd prepare for sales, and then he was a hobby trainer as well, so we always had 2 or 3 in work. So, mainly my education early doors was in the breeding side of it, preparing horses for yearling sales and going to yearling sales, but there's always a couple we were working as well. But from a young age, I was working with thoroughbreds of all ages.
Yep. Mentors, people along the way that you've sort of gleaned a lot of?
Look, the first racing stable I worked for was Bart Cummings, so I probably was pretty lucky there. Backwards into Australia's greatest trainer, and worked for him for sort of 3 or 4 years in a great period where we had Let's Elope and Richfield Lady and Reva Diva. Was a really good period for the stable. And, certainly most of the stuff that I've implemented from an early doors was just the routines and the regimes that Bart did. Feed the horses well, have a relaxed environment where they're healthy and happy, and be patient. It was his one thing that he would always say. It's the cheapest thing in the world to have, but not many people buy it, which is patience. So he's certainly been the biggest influence on my career.
Excellent. 2 bases, obviously in town and out here at Barwon Heads, which is a magnificent setup here. It's something that you've put a lot of time into over the last 12 or 13 years or more. Just run us through both bases.
Yeah, so the Barwon Heads facility, we've got our own track, which is just on 2,000 metres, 20 metres wide of grass and 10 metres wide of sand. It enables us obviously to have a really good grass galloping surface whenever we want. And just we've got a magnificent environment here for the horses. We work them, when we like, just start at daylight and finish at 11 or 12 in the morning. And particularly for the young horses, they're not having that hustle bustle of a city track while they're getting that initial grounding and initial fitness. And the other big plus of Barwon Heads is 13th Beach. We take probably half the horses down to 13th Beach each day. Half of them work here. We get the benefit of that deep sand grounding down there, as well as just the mental side of going to the beach each day. Yep. And then when they are ready, Flemington's a great environment too. It sharpens them up. They're in a racecourse environment. Obviously we've got the benefit of trialling there and galloping there, and there's a lot of the big races are there, so we have a terrific record on our home track, and both facilities are really an hour apart, so we're pretty fortunate.
Seems to be the go now. There's a lot more transition to the country sort of setups, and it gives a nice cross section of training, I suppose.
Yeah, it definitely does. Your hands are tied, obviously, in the city with they open the tracks at 4:30, they close them at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and a lot of horses need to get through that system. So it's definitely good to have one facility where you run your own rules and do your own thing.
Highlights, Danny. Obviously, it's been an extensive and a successful career. Pinpoint any highlights?
The major races, I've been lucky enough to win the Cox Plate and the Caulfield Cup. They're probably the two that really stick in your mind, because they've got a great focus for people outside of racing. But look, I still get a thrill out of winning a race any day. It's funny when you go to the races with owners and they think that you're not going to be as excited as they am because they've only got the one horse, but I can guarantee every time I win, I'm every bit as excited as anyone, because it's always a journey. Every horse has his own journey. They just don't turn up and win the next day. You've generally had them and you've educated them and taken the time. So I just love winning any race, and love particularly the energy when the owners are there with you, and you see how much it means to them too, because I came from that background of raising and racing horses with my dad and that, and just know how exciting it is to have a winner anywhere, anytime.
Yep. Obviously now the opportunity for both us and yourself with the connection with Darren and Liz with Australian Thoroughbred Bloodstock. Exciting times going ahead.
Yeah, really excited for us to get involved with Darren and Liz. We've watched their business grow over the last 15 or 20 years and seen how many winners they get and how many nice horses they race. So we're thrilled to be involved now, and looking forward to having some success together.
Obviously, I think there's a passion between both. We love staying horses. Obviously, race Dan Dino. You've got one of his progeny here. Training stays, preference over sprinters. As long as they're quick, it doesn't matter.
I think it's more rewarding. It's generally a longer burn for a stayer. You can have a sprinter like. We won the Blue Dime one year with a Star Witness, and that was in his third start. And literally we'd broken him in 6 months previously, so that return is a lot quicker. But as exciting as it is, it's not as rewarding as having a horse that you take all the way from the yearling sales to winning a derby or winning a big staying race to 4 or 5 year olds. So winning's great at any distance, but certainly the real rewards you get for having a stay, and they give you more longevity. If they're sound and you can look after them, they'll be racing well for you at 5, 6 and 7.
Just back to the numbers you've got. you may have mentioned it, I may have missed it, but just in terms of here and in the city?
So we work,
Numbers?
we have 40 boxes at Flemington and 50 boxes at Bowen Heads, and that's about as busy as we like to be. Enables us to have two tight teams between the two venues where we've got good riders on them every day and good staff looking after them. And, I think that's a perfect number for us.
Beautiful. Not too much more. I've asked the obvious question to a few of our trainers is about the preference, a Melbourne Cup or a Cox Plate. We already ticked one off, so the obvious one is the Melbourne Cup.
I'd love to win the Melbourne Cup. It is the race that everyone in Australia knows, and it's just getting harder and harder to win. There's obviously only an Australian trainer wins it once every 5 or 10 years now, but we're certainly still trying. We've had Master Aurora and fourth in it 1 year, and we've still got the advantage of training there at Flemington, which you were always going to wear the black shorts when you run the Melbourne Cup. Just got to keep identifying the right horses so that we've got the opportunity to the horse that can really run a slick 3,200 metres.
Dandino was 5th in the Melbourne Cup for us. You've got one of his progeny. Hopefully the connection between Dandino and maybe this fella can lead us to, jointly winning that cup somewhere down the track.
Yeah, I think it can only happen in those circumstances where you have people teaming together with the long-term ambition of doing it. And as you said, identifying horses like him that have at least got the pedigree, because you're not going to fall backwards into one that hasn't got the genetics to do it. So with the Dandino, he's certainly got that side ticked already.
Beautiful. Thanks for your time, Danny. We look forward to a long association and hopefully a successful one along the way.
No, my pleasure, and likewise.